Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe Jaya Pancha-tattva Jaya Pancha-tattva Pancha-tattva Jaya Pancha-tattva Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 3rd canto, 3rd chapter, text number 2. So text is like this. So please repeat after me. Sāndīpani sakṛt proktam brahmādhītya sa-vistaram tasmai prādād varam putram mṛtam pañca-janodarāt Sāndīpani sakṛt proktam brahmādhītya sa-vistaram tasmai prādād varam putram mṛtam pañca-janodarāt Sāndīpani sakṛt proktam brahmādhītya sa-vistaram tasmai prādād varam putram mṛtam pañca-janodarāt. Yeah, someone. Mataji's. What word meaning? Sāndīpaneḥ of Sāndīpani Muni, sakṛt, once only, proktam, instructed, brahma, all the Vedas with their different branches of knowledge, adhītya, after studying, sa-vistaram, in all details, tasmai, unto him, prādāt, rewarded, varam, a benediction, putram, his son, mṛtam, who was already dead, pañca-jana, the reason of the departed souls, udarāt, from within. Translation: the Lord learned all the Vedas with their different branches simply by hearing them once from his teacher, Sāndīpani Muni, whom he rewarded by bringing back his dead son from the region of Yamaloka. So purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. No one but the Supreme Lord can become well versed in all the branches of Vedic wisdom simply by hearing once from his teacher. Nor can anyone bring a dead body back to life after the soul has already gone to the region of Yamaraj. But Lord Krishna ventured to the planet of Yamaloka and found the dead son of his teacher and brought him back to his father as a reward for the instructions received. The Lord is constitutionally well versed in all the Vedas, and yet to teach by example that everyone must go to learn the Vedas from an authorized teacher and must satisfy the teacher by service and reward. He himself adopted this system. The Lord offered his services to his teacher Sāndīpani Muni, and the Muni, knowing the power of the Lord, asked something which was impossible to be done by anyone else. The teacher asked that his beloved son, who had died, be brought back to him, and the Lord fulfilled the request. The Lord is not, therefore, an ingrate to anyone who renders him some sort of service. The devotees of the Lord who always engage in his loving service are never to be disappointed in the progressive march of devotional service. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, Uddhava was narrating this all the different pastimes of the Lord to Vidura. So in that context, so we are seeing today, Lord went to Sāndīpani Muni's house and he stayed there and he studied all the Vedas and also all the arts, 64 arts. So, and also after that, as Guru Dakshana, that means after learning from teacher, one has to pay. Pay means this is out of love for his Guru and respect. So they has to give the something, whatever they can afford. And Guru can ask also. So then Sāndīpani Muni asked to bring back his dead son. Then Lord brought him back. This is the simple meaning. Now let us focus on purport. We'll try to understand some more points, more understanding. No one but the Supreme Lord can become well versed in all the branches of Vedic wisdom simply by hearing once from his teacher. Vedas are unlimited actually, they are ananta. And understanding all of those is not possible to anyone else. So in this context, we have one commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Bhagavan Brahma Adhītya 3. So in the second canto, second chapter, in 34th sloka, we are seeing there, Lord has gone through all the Vedas. And how many times? 3 times he has gone through. And then after that, he brought back the conclusion. What that is the conclusion? So, bhakti is the sadhana, which is the conclusion of all the Vedas. When he went through all the Vedas first time with the view of karma, maybe karma can be the conclusion of all the Vedas. With that view he has seen. But karma is not the conclusion of all the Vedas. That means fruity work is not the conclusion of all the Vedas. Then after that, so he might be, that means he went through all the Vedas with the view of Gnana. Gnana sadhana may be the conclusion of the other prescription of the Vedas. So but he finally concluded that Gnana is not the sadhana, which is conclusion of the Vedas. Then with the bhakti, so with that view he went through, then finally, yes, that is the conclusion of all the Vedas. This was the context actually. In this context, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Nanu tvam manishaya sarvasarassatvena swabhimatatvena cha iyameva pantanam nischinoshi anyova tatra samanyasya va ka katha bhagavaneva swamanishaya prathamameva nirnayishit. This is a leela actually. Because there are these so many brahmandas are there. Millions of brahmandas are there. And in the millions of brahmandas, there are the millions of versions of Vedas are there. Not only depending upon the universes and also based upon the devatas. That means Brahma's versions. For Brahmaji's Vedas are different. Different means they are bigger in the volume actually. Because he has to design entire visarga. That means he has to create all the different kinds of the species. So from where he get this knowledge? So because every Brahmaji is doing all the time the same way of the design, creation, secondary creation. So that means every Brahmaji is doing the same way. So that means there should be some reference or not. Some reference book is needed or not. So that's why that is Veda. So his version of Vedas is very voluminous and it is having all the details how to create and how to give the bodies based upon their karma. So like this, there are the millions of brahmandas are there. And the brahmandas, and they are also different from this brahmanda. And there the version of the Vedas are different. And not only that, and come to down, and devatas. Devatas also they rule this entire universe. In the different branches, they rule, they take the responsibility of the different branches. And they also need the knowledge. So based upon knowledge only they can do their duties. So from where they get? They also need the Vedas actually. Their version of Vedas are different from the Brahmajis. Even we also, so to conduct our life, what is right and wrong, who is going to decide how to behave and how to organize the society and how to live, what is right, what is wrong. So these things also should be guided to us also. Our version of Vedas are very small compared to the Devatas. So like this, there are the varieties of the Brahmandas and varieties of the Brahmajis and also varieties of the Devatas and different. So human, that means humans also need the Vedas. So which Veda he went through? Any Brahmaji can study the other Brahmandas Vedas, he cannot study. That means who can find the conclusion of all the Vedas? Only the Lord. So that's why here Vishwanath is saying, Lord only can do this. No one can. That means if you go and verify any Veda which is there in any universe, all the Vedas, that means all the different versions of Vedas, of their conclusion is Bhakti. So, and Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and He is the origin of everything. All the universes, all the Vaikunthas, all the Brahmandas, everything is coming from Him. And He only knows the entire knowledge, and He is only the Sarvagna. No one can become. No one can become. And also there are so many Vaikuntha planets, and about them also you can see in the Vedas the descriptions. And there are millions of Vaikunthas. And even the Vaikuntha also, there are the different Vishnus. And on top of all these Vaikunthas, who is there? So Krishna. Then Vishnu might be having located to only that Vaikuntha planet. But Krishna is on top of everything. And He is everything. He is the knower of everything. So that's why there Vishwanath Chakravarti says, that is only possible for the Lord to decide the conclusion of the Vedas. Here Srila Prabhupada is saying, no one but the Supreme Lord can become well versed in all branches of Vedic wisdom. So this is the understanding. Srila Prabhupada is writing based upon this. No one can become. No one. Even Brahma also cannot become well versed in the Vedas, because he doesn't know what is the version of other universes. Of wisdom simply by hearing once from his teacher. So Lord learned just by, this is also actually, he doesn't need to learn also actually. Because just to set an example to the society, he was learning. And he is Srutidhara, that means he is having all the magnanimous qualities in him. And all the qualities serve him actually. He doesn't need to go behind those qualities. Just we always try to acquire those qualities. But in the case of the Lord, all the qualities run behind him to serve him. That is the position of the Lord, and that is the position of the Jivatma. We are very insignificant. We are nothing in front of the Lord. Vedic wisdom simply by hearing once from his teacher. Nor can anyone bring a dead body back to life after the soul has already gone to the region of emerage. So, no one can bring, can anyone make, just means our scientists are there trying to make the dead person to alive. Is it possible for them? It's not possible. It's not soul is not an object to verify through the scientific instruments. No, you cannot verify, because soul is completely a chit padartha, which is beyond the material measurements and material instruments. Material instruments cannot measure or cannot identify the soul. One can realize soul by what? How one can realize the soul? Why? By coming into the, how one can get the soul realization? Bhagavad Gita, and he says, by Bhakti, yes. So to realize soul, bhakti definitely will make us to realize soul, but even sattva guna is also enough. So if we come in the mode of goodness, one can easily realize he is not body, he is soul. So that means sattva sanjayate gnanam. Gnanam means here, I am not body, I am the soul. And also that absolute truth is also chit, I am also chit. So Satchidananda Vigraha, and absolute truth also is chit. So this kind of knowledge actually is cultivated just by performing Nishkama Karma Yoga actually. Nishkama Karma Yoga is sufficient to realize soul. By following the Nishkama Karma Yoga, what will happen? So one will come into the mode of goodness. That means Vidya. Soul will be covered with the, at that time, Vidya. When soul is covered with the avidya, that means avidya is made of is passion and ignorance, these two modes. And because of this, Jivatma is in ignorance. Actually, ignorance means ignorance of what? Ignorance of his own self. I am body, I am soul. This kind of knowledge is covered. Like when your eyes are covered with the darkness, can you see the objects? Can you see yourself? You cannot see. Similarly, when soul is covered with the avidya, that is, which is out of passion and ignorance, so then soul is not able to see himself as chit. He is seeing himself as body. But when one performs the Nishkama Karma Yoga, in first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, so we study that. So one perform the activities without expecting any result and following their duties strictly out of any kind of material, so obstacles, but still if they try to follow and performing that duty strictly and offer that to the Lord with the detachment, not with the love. In the Nishkama Karma Yogis, they offer their result of their duties to the Lord with what mood? To please the Lord? No, just to renunciation, detachment. Because they don't want to get entangled with this body, they don't want to get entangled with the result of the karma. So that's why they are just giving to the Lord with the detachment actually. That is not the pure devotion. That is not the loving devotion. That is only, they also offer, but that is not really devotion. That is not the service actually. With the intention of, that's not pure service actually. So by doing this, by bearing the material pain and pleasure, but still they follow their duties and offer the result of that to the Lord, then what will happen? Then one will come into the mode of goodness. Then he will understand that he is not body, he is soul. So, to realize one as soul, one needs the mode of goodness. That's the vidya actually. But anyone bring, so this is not possible by any kind of material experiments. One cannot follow. One cannot understand or one cannot realize himself as soul just by material, so scientific approach. No, it's not possible, impossible actually. So, this dead body cannot brought back to alive by the any scientific laboratory process. But only Lord can bring back a dead body into alive, to life after the soul. So Lord went to the Yamaloka and he brought that Sāndīpani Muni's sons, and so that he made that body, dead body, alive. But Lord ventured to the planet of Yamaloka and found the dead son of his teacher and brought him back to his father as a reward for the instructions received. So that is a Vedic system is, whenever you learn something from your teacher, at the end of your education, you will be giving the reward. So Srila Prabhupada is also saying in this, that means education should be free. Education should not be sold out. That's not the right. No. You have to teach freely. Prabhupada is saying in this, Srila Prabhupada lecture, May 27th, 1972. That is Brahmana's business. And in that way, whatever the disciple bring, that is his income. No salary, no contract. That if you pay me $100 or $500 weekly, then I can teach you. No, there is no such contract. Teaching is free. It is the business of Brahmana to give free education to everyone. So we have to, there should not be any contract. That means I will pay this much, then you should teach this much. This kind of contract will not be there, should not be there. This is the standard actually set by Srila Prabhupada. In 1972, May 27th, he is saying this. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada is also instructing here. Lord paid. That means Sāndīpani Muni asked to bring back his dead son alive. So then Lord did that as a pay, as a desire, his spiritual master, his master is desiring this. So that's why he gave. That he is constitutionally well versed in all the Vedas and yet to teach by himself that everyone must go to learn the Vedas from an authorized teacher and must satisfy the teacher by service and reward. This is the message actually. So by this, so Lord went to the Guru and learning, and then after that paying him by reward. So these things are what is instructing all of us. One should go to the teacher and learn the Vedas. All the young boys has to go to the teacher and learn the Vedic knowledge. So which is there fully in all the Puranas actually. All the Vedic knowledge is summarized into the Puranas. In that Puranas also, what is the topmost Purana? So the emperor of all the Puranas is not simply king. It is an emperor. It is a Chakravarti. Srimad Bhagavatam is Chakravarti actually. It is the emperor of all the Pramanas, all the Puranas. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam is full of the conclusions of all the Vedic knowledge, all the Vedas. So that is why one has to learn this Vedic knowledge, Vedas, by approaching the proper teacher. So Lord doesn't have anything in this material world to achieve anything actually. By learning Vedas, does he need any realization or does he need anything? He doesn't need anything. He is always with everything. He is Atmaram. That means he is full of his energies and is dwelling with his energies 24 hours. All the time he is enjoying, he is full of bliss and he doesn't have anything to be achieved. But still why he is studying the Vedas? Only the purpose of setting an example to the society. So Lord also says in the Bhagavad Gita also, so he just not only studying the Vedas, and he is also coming to this material world and performing the various activities. And he is also accepting the different varnas. And he is also becoming the king. And he is doing his duties. What is the purpose of doing these king duties? Only thing is to set an example. Name pardhasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Nana vaptam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani. O Arjuna, nacha me pardhasti kartavyam. That means I don't have anything to be achieved or to be done in these three planetary systems. Nothing actually. Nothing is there for him to achieve. For all of us, there are so many things are there to achieve. If someone is in the material desires, then he has a lot of material desires to fulfill. And for that, he has to approach the Vedas and do the different yajnas and get that fruits, whatever he is desiring. And for the jnanis, there are a lot of, that means he has a desire of getting liberation from this. And devotees also who want to be a devotee, who is aspiring to be devotee, for him also there is a need of the studying the Vedas and knowledge he needs. Bhagavad Jnanam he needs. Just how to become pure devotee, for that he also needs the Shastrartha Vishwasa. That means he has to study the Shastras. But for the Lord, what is there? Why he has to do, anything is there for him to do? Nothing. Nothing is there. But people whose knowledge is covered actually, Maya Parathagnana, Asurim Bhavamasritaha, Mudaha, Naradhamaha, like that he is categorizing people into 4 categories. Mudaha means who are like animals. Animals means there Vishwanath is saying, animals means, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, animals means So whoever is working for the material results and enjoying those results, so they are all, he is calling them as animals actually. Pasutulyaha, mudaha means pasutulyaha, he is saying. So people who are in these different levels, mudaha, naradamaha, maya-aparutagnanaha, asurim bhavamasritaha, like this, 4 ways he categorized the people who are not so understanding the Lord and not approaching the Lord. All these 4 categories, so they are, you can see the naradamaha, they are also some kind of, so pasus, that means naradamaha. They approached the Lord and they got some result from the Lord, then after that they left the approaching Lord. They are called as naradamaha. That they are in that sloka you are seeing. And maya-aparutagnanaha. And someone is thinking that, so Lord who is there in the Vaikunta, Vishnu or Narayana, he is only the Supreme Lord. And but the Krishna, whoever is coming and performing the Leelas and whoever is taking the various pastimes in this material world, they are thinking that he is not Supreme Lord. He is just a boy. He is just a few days or few years he is here. And after that he also left his body. And some hunter is shooted a arrow and then after that he left his body. And he is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Narayana is only the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Some people, they think like this actually in the society. And they are not understanding Krishna is the original personality of the, that means original truth. Param Brahma, Param Dhama. What Arjuna is saying, he is this Param Dhama, whatever the body he is seeing in front of his eyes. This is the Param Brahma. This is only the Parabrahma. This is only the absolute truth. And that means this body is not out of any matter. This body is not avatara. It is nothing but what? Complete truth this is. This body is complete truth. Dhamma means there, you should understand, this is a body of the Lord. And there is no difference between the Lord and Lord's body. And that is Parandhama. And that body is Paramdhama. That means is supremely great. And that is only Parabrahma. That is only the Parabrahma. That means that is only the absolute truth. Even he is the cause of all the causes. He is the cause of the Vishnus also. Even Vishnu also doesn't know who is Krishna. You know? Because he is the beginning of everything. Anadiradir Govindaha, Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadir Adi for everything. Even the Karanano Sai Vishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Even Vishnu also wants to see such a boy, small, that's absolute truth. He is coming to this material world and performing small leelas like grazing the cows. How it is? And what is this? Even Brahmaji also get the illusion. Oh my God. So how it is possible that absolute truth is doing this? So that's why, but people who are in the Maya-aparutagnanaha, whose knowledge is covered by this, and so by the Maya, they cannot understand actually what is Lord. And he is the cause of everything, and no one is cause for him. We might be seeing, so the cause of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, so how he is expanding from the Karnano Sai Vishnu. Karnano Sai Vishnu is coming from, so Narayana, and from the Narayana, so Sankarshan Tattva, and Sankarshan is coming from Narayana. That is coming from the upper Sankarshan actually, Chaturviha, and he is coming from, that's from the Balaram, and Balaram is coming from the Lord. If you find there is a causes of each, but for Krishna there is no cause. And when that in that Leela, so Brahmaji lost his illusion, then after that he is saying, so Anadiradir Govindaha, Satchidananda Vigraha. So this is the position of the Lord. And people cannot understand Krishna, who is Krishna actually. So it's very, very so difficult. And even devotees also, by doing the devotion, we can understand whatever the qualities are there in the Lord, all are truth. But you cannot understand also how Lord is simultaneously possessing so various contradictory qualities. You cannot understand that. Contradictory qualities like he is all pervasive and also he is standing in a limited space and also all pervasive. How it is possible? How these two different various contradictory qualities, how they are acting in him, how it is happening. Even devotees, by doing devotion, they accept those are all truth, but how they are functioning, how they are acting, even devotees also cannot know. and He is supreme. No one can become God. By any kind of process, no one can become God. We are all the time, constitutionally, we are all only servant, not the God. Even if you do ahangraha upasana, if you meditate that I am the Lord, like, so this kind of upasana if you do, then you cannot become Lord actually. You cannot become Lord. You may get the sarupya mukti, you may get the similar kind of the sarupya, salokya, sarishti, saijya, they are the different kinds of the muktis are there. Liberations, one may get those, but there also you cannot become equal to the, you cannot equal sama that to the Lord. Just like that. You may become the body like Him, you may get. You may live in the same planet. So salokya mukti, but you cannot become God. No one can become God. So this position and maya pratajnanaha and asarim bhavamasri. Some people who are very demonic, what they think? They want to kill the Lord with their weapons. Like example Jarasandha. He wants to kill the Lord. And he attacked on him several times to kill him. So that is the another ignorance. So like this, people, they are in the various levels of ignorance, so not understanding the position of the Lord. He himself adopted. So, but such a Lord is coming to this material world and performing the various activities. Name partha asti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Nana vaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. I don't have anything to perform or to achieve here. But out of mercy on of all of us, He is coming and He is setting an example to this all of us. That means, and also He is giving His transcendental knowledge in the form of the Bhagavad Gita and Uddhava Gita to all of us, so that this Jivatma can come to know what is the reality and what is the truth and can go back to the service to the Lord. Yadi hyaham navarteyam jatu karmanyatindrataha mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvashaha. So, when I perform my duties strictly and perfectly, then all the society will follow me. So, that is the purpose. I come here and perform. That's why, my dear Arjuna. So, sometimes that means even someone is a pure devotee, but still he will perform his duties to set an example to the society. And he might be having the family, he might be having the different work he might be doing, but don't undermine that. So they are also in the material platform. Oh, they are in the family, they are with the wife, they are with the children. No. Even they are in the pure devotional platform. So they just to set an example to the society. They are always doing the direct devotion to the Lord, but to set an example to the society they perform. Lord and Lord's devotees, great devotees, they always, pure devotees, always they are compassionate towards this material world, towards these ignorant jivas. So that's why to set an example, to show a path, they perform the material activities. But we should not undermine their position. So that's why Lord is also going to Sāndīpani Muni school and he is studying the Vedas to set an example to the society. Otherwise he doesn't have anything, any business. So, so because his position is constitutionally, he is always supreme and he is enjoyer. But people who are ignorant, they think that, oh, Krishna is also doing this some kind of yoga and that's why he is able to lift the Govardhan. And they try to see the Lord's position with their material intelligence and with their material understanding. But when they hear, the pure devotees' purports, Srila Prabhupada's purports on the Bhagavad Gita, on the Bhagavatam, then their intelligence will be cleaned actually. Then they will understand what is the position of the Lord. Then the devotion begins from there. So when one understands the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from there our devotion begins. Without right understanding, so our devotion is not proper, pure devotion will not begin at all. The Lord offered his service to his teacher, Sāndīpani Muni, and the Muni, knowing the power of the Lord, asked something which was impossible to be done by anyone else. It's impossible to do anyone else. The teacher asked that his beloved son, who has died, be brought back to him, and the Lord fulfilled the request. The Lord is not therefore an ingrate to anyone who renders him some sort of service. This is very important point. Lord is not so ingrate to anyone who renders him. That means even if you go to him with the out of material desires, artha, jignasu, artharthi, gnani, these are the different people who are approaching to the Lord for the different reasons. Those reasons are not to satisfy the Lord, but they are approaching the Lord. But Lord is fulfilling their desires or not? Artha, jignasu, artharthi, gnani, he is fulfilling all their desires. So the one who is having some material pain, to get relief from that, he is approaching the Lord, and Lord is relieving them. If anyone approach the Lord, he is always reciprocating and he is fulfilling their desires. Like, that's why Lord is compared with what? Desire tree, na? Yeah, kalpataru. So Lord is compared with the kalpataru. But there is a big difference between kalpataru and Lord. What is that? Can anyone guess? Kalpataru and Lord, there is a big difference. Huh? Yeah.
The Lord purifies that desire, but kalpataru may just give that thing, but the Lord purifies that desire.
Yeah, that's very good. And anything else? In one place of the commentaries, very nicely it is said, there is a difference between the Lord and kalpataru. We compare with the kalpataru, but there is a difference. So, kalpavruksha, nahi kalpavruksha phalakanksha tadasritaha asajjanti napi kalpavrukshaha. Swasriteshu asaktaha napi sa asritasya vairino dveshti bhagavan. In the case of the kalpataru, when you go, anyone go to the kalpataru, and if they ask, so I want so and so, then immediately it will give. Lord also, if anyone comes to him and if they approach him, they do prayers, they request him, then Lord also gives. So that's why Lord kalpataru, he is neutral to everyone. Lord is also neutral to everyone. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyaha asti na priyaha. I am equal to everyone like kalpataru. Like desire tree, I am also equal. Everyone, whoever is coming to me, so I am giving to them whatever they want. So, but there is a difference between the kalpataru and the Lord. In the next line he is saying, Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. But whoever is approaching him, kalpataru is giving, and after that simply he is leaving. And kalpataru, does it have any attachment for that person? No. But even someone is approaching the Lord out of some material benefits, Lord is having the attachment for them. That's the difference. He is having the attachment. Swa asriteshu asaktaha. And if for any kind of material reason you approach the Lord and you do his devotion, what he will be getting the attachment for them. But kalpataru is not getting any attachment. It is just giving and sending, go. But Lord, if you approach for him even material reasons, he is getting the attachment. Oh, he chanted my names. He started loving me. Even that love may be out of some motivation. But still, he likes that love and he got attachment for that. Tadasriteshu sajjasanti napi kalpavrukshaha swasriteshu asaktaha and napi sa asritasya vairino dveshti. And not only this, what else he is doing? If someone is approaching out of any reason, and if anyone is going to hate that person, that devotee, and Lord is also hating that person. Whoever is hating his devotee, Lord is hating that person also actually. Hey, he is my devotee and you are doing harm to my devotee, then I will do harm to you. But kalpataru cannot do that. Lord is having not only attachment for his devotees, on top of that, if someone is hating his devotees, someone is having the dvesha, that means hatred towards his devotees, Lord is making them as enemies for him. So that's why to destroy the enemies he comes. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. To protect his devotees from those haters, he will be coming and is protecting. So that is the magnanimous quality you cannot find in the anywhere else. So but even in the material life, if someone is approaching, if you come to know someone is loving out of motivation, you will not liking. But Lord, his heart is so open and so big. And even if you love him out of material motivation, he is having the attachment for them. And he is trying to purify their consciousness. And that is the greatness. You cannot find such a love in anywhere in this material world. With anyone you cannot get. That is only possible with the Lord. So that's why he is one and only the person who can be object for our love. No one else. No one else can be like that. So, no one else other than pure devotees of the Lord. Because they are also having the qualities like that. So, Prabhupada is saying here, the Lord is not therefore an ingrate to anyone who renders him some sort of service. Some sort of service. Anyone render, he is not ingrate. And he is such a grateful to him, he started loving them, started attaching for them. Attachment he is getting for them. That is the position of the Lord. The devotees of the Lord who always engage in his loving service are never to be disappointed. So that's why whatever service we render, even a little service, there is no need to get any disappointment. You have to hear the magnanimous and great qualities of the Lord again and again and remember that. So that is the motivation for you to continue your devotion actually. We should not see the material, some obstacles and material rejections, and by that you should not stop your service. So then we are actually serving the Lord. That we should remember. Because of so many other problems, because of so many other difficulties, we try to stop the devotion and try to feel the devotional service as a normal thing. Like we reject some things which are in favor to us, we reject. Sometimes in the devotional life you might be seeing some obstacles and some difficulties. But you should understand the greatness of the Lord. He is not ingrate. So Lord is not ingrate, an ingrate to anyone who renders him some sort of service. Some sort of service. Prabhupada is writing, some sort of service. Any kind of service. And immediately he will going to save you actually. So that should be the faith. One should develop such a strong faith on the Lord and has to be enthusiastic in their devotional service. So those engaged in his loving service are never to be disappointed in the progressive march of devotional service. Progressive march. That means we are going towards the goal. That means to get the pure love of the Lord. That is our goal. So towards this march, one should not get disappointed actually. So his loving are never to be disappointed. Never. Never. So many times, by seeing some materially problems, people get disappointment, but we should understand we are serving the Lord and Lord is not going to leave us like that. Okay. This ends the purport. Just 2 minutes are there. Any questions or comments?
One of the characteristics of pure devotional service, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is described as it attracts Krishna, Krishna Karshini. So it looks like, from what you explained today, even if someone does not perform pure devotional service,
yes,
it attracts Krishna. So why is it characterized under pure devotional service?
Subhadha akleshagni shubhada moksha lagata krit sudurlabha sandrananda visheshatma Sri Krishna karshani cha sa. That means these characteristics are there. That means Sandrananda Visheshatma. That means becoming blissful. That is there even if we chant, if a person chant one time also. Like tushti, pushti, shuddh, nivritti. Even if you, when you are hunger and you take the one morsel of the grains or food, one morsel of food, it is going to give tushti, pushti and shuddh, nivritti simultaneously. All three is going to happen, even from the one morsel also you are getting. Similarly, Lord, the amount of the attraction with the pure devotion is different. Even the people who does the mixed devotion or impure devotion, in that also devotion is there, that is attracting him. The attracting quality is there in that devotion also. The amount is different actually. So if you increase the eating one morsel again, morsel again, morsel, then the satisfaction increases. So Sri Krishna Karshini, that the pure love is attracting him such a way, he is just being tied up in the hearts of the devotees and is not able to move anywhere. So such a way they bind. But if someone is doing some devotion, for them also he has. So devotion service is a characteristic of a devotion. So it always attracts the Lord. But the amount is different actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, Granthārāj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki, Nitāya Gaur